Good morning, everyone. So, Virgo, the impossible just became inevitable, and you're standing at the exact coordinates where breakthrough detonates. I'm not talking about small wins, I'm not talking about incremental progress. I'm talking about the kind of shift that makes you look back at yesterday and barely recognize who you were, the kind that rewrites timelines, the kind that makes people ask, how did that even happen? And you're about to live it. Before we go further, I need you to understand something. You didn't randomly click on this. Your higher self dragged you here. The force that governs synchronicity made sure this message found you before the wave hits. That's not dramatic. That's how the universe works when something monumental is about to crack open. Ground into your body right now. Because what I'm about to transmit isn't just information, it's activation. These words are going to trigger recognition in you, a remembering that you've been building towards something massive and the construction phase just ended. A door that was welded shut is swinging wide open, and behind it, everything you stopped letting yourself hope for because hoping hurt too much. The cosmos is showing me lightning, not distant, not theoretical, striking the ground directly in front of you, electricity coursing through soil that was barren moments ago. And where the bolt hits, life erupts, instantaneous, undeniable, impossible to ignore. That's what's coming. That's what's already in motion. That's what your soul knows, even if your mind is still catching up. Something just shifted in your rib cage, didn't it? Let me decode what's happening in the architecture of your reality right now. There's been a delay. You know it. You felt it. Doors that should have opened stayed locked. Opportunities that were supposed to materialize evaporated. Connections that felt destined kept missing by inches. Timelines that seemed guaranteed kept getting pushed back. And you started wondering if you misread everything, if your intuition lied, if the signs you followed were leading you in circles instead of toward destiny. But here's what the oracle wants you to hear with absolute clarity. The delay wasn't denial, the delay was preparation. What you've been waiting for requires a foundation that can hold it. And you weren't ready. Not because you're inadequate, because what's coming is so big, so life altering, so beyond what you consciously imagined that arriving before you were fortified would have crushed you under its weight. The universe loves you too much to give you blessings you can't carry. So it made you wait, it made you strengthen, it made you shed versions of yourself that would have sabotaged the very thing you were calling in. And now, now you're ready. The foundation is set, the structure can hold, the frequency match is complete, and the floodgates just released. Tell me in the comments if something just clicked into place reading that. Let me reveal what this major victory actually looks like across different areas of your life. For some of you, this is financial. Money that was stuck is suddenly moving, not trickling, flooding. An opportunity you stopped expecting just landed. A door you thought was permanently closed just opened with an offer that makes your previous salary look like pocket change. A source of income you didn't even see coming is about to fundamentally alter your relationship with scarcity. I'm seeing contracts signed, deals closing, numbers in accounts that make you refresh the screen because it doesn't seem real. But it is real. The drought just ended, and the rain isn't stopping. For others, this is relational. The person you thought you lost forever, movement, sudden, unexpected. The connection you were told to give up on, resurrection. against all logic, against all odds. Or it's not someone returning, it's someone arriving, someone whose existence you didn't know to ask for, someone so aligned with who you've become that the relationship feels like coming home to a place you've never been. Love isn't playing small in your life anymore. Love is about to show you what it looks like when the universe decides you've waited long enough. For some, this victory is creative. The project that was stalled, momentum just returned with force. The vision you couldn't execute, the pieces just aligned. The audience you were building, they're about to find you en masse. Your work is about to reach people in ways that make the struggle of the last season worth every second. Your voice is about to land where it needs to land. Your gift is about to be witnessed. And for others still, this is healing. A diagnosis that reverses, a wound that finally closes, a pain that's been chronic suddenly, gone, not managed, not coped with, gone. Your body is about to show you that miracles aren't metaphors. Something in your gut just lurched forward, didn't it? Let me go deeper into the mechanics of why this is happening now. There's a convergence occurring. Multiple timelines, multiple possibilities, multiple potentials that were all existing in parallel just collapsed into one singular trajectory. And that trajectory, it's the one where you win. The cards are showing me a wheel. For months, years maybe, it's been turning so slowly you couldn't see the movement. You kept pushing, kept showing up, kept doing the work, and it felt like nothing was changing. But every action you took was moving the wheel. Every boundary you held was moving the wheel. Every time you chose yourself over comfort, over approval, over the familiar, the wheel moved. And now it's reached critical mass. Now it's spinning on its own momentum. Now you don't have to push anymore. You just have to hold on while it carries you forward. This victory isn't random. This isn't luck. This isn't finally getting what you deserve after the universe arbitrarily decided to stop punishing you. This is mathematical. This is energetic law. This is you finally reaching the frequency where what you've been calling in can find you. You changed, not just superficially, at the root level, and reality is reorganizing itself around the new frequency you're broadcasting. I'm receiving vision of a magnet flipping its polarity. What was repelled is now attracted. What couldn't stick is now locked in. What kept slipping away is now approaching with inevitability, and you can feel it. That pull, that sense that something massive is gathering speed, that electricity in your nervous system that makes you simultaneously excited and terrified because you know this is it. Drop a lightning bolt in the comments if your whole body just said yes. Now let me address what this victory requires from you. First, receive it without guilt, without wondering if you deserve it, without sabotaging it because part of you believes good things don't happen to you. The universe doesn't send blessings with conditions attached. It doesn't say, here's your miracle, but only if you suffer through it or apologize for wanting it. When victory arrives, your only job is to open your hands and let it land. Second, don't shrink. Don't minimize. Don't downplay what's happening because you're afraid of seeming arrogant or making others uncomfortable with your expansion. Your success isn't an insult to people still struggling. Your breakthrough doesn't steal from anyone else's potential. There's no cosmic quota that says only a limited number of people get to win. You ascending doesn't require anyone else to stay small. Stand fully in what's unfolding. Third, move with it. When the doors open, walk through them. When the opportunity's present, say yes. When the momentum builds, don't hit the brakes because it feels too good, too fast, too easy. You've been in grind mode so long that ease feels suspicious. But ease isn't a trap. Ease is what happens when you finally align with flow instead of constantly swimming upstream. This is your season of divine timing. Ride it. Comment, I'm ready to receive, if you're willing to let this victory be as big as it wants to be. Let me reveal what happens in the immediate aftermath of this breakthrough. There's going to be a moment, maybe multiple moments, where you look around and can't quite believe this is your life now, where you touch the thing you manifested and it feels surreal, where you experience what you prayed for and part of you is still braced for it to be ripped away. That's normal. That's the nervous system adjusting. That's you metabolizing a reality that's bigger than what you conditioned yourself to expect. Breathe through it. Stay present with it. Don't dissociate from your own victory because it's too intense to process all at once. And here's what else happens: people react. Some people are going to celebrate with you genuinely, fully. They're going to be thrilled that you're finally experiencing what you've been working toward. These are your people. Hold them close. Some people are going to be silent, noticeably silent, because your win highlights their stagnation and they're not ready to deal with that yet. That's not your responsibility to manage. Let them sit with it. And some people are going to be bitter, resentful. They're going to try to minimize your victory, question whether you deserve it, or find ways to insert themselves into your success so they can take credit for it. These people are revealing themselves. The oracle wants you to see them clearly because when you ascend, you can't take everyone with you. And this breakthrough is going to show you exactly who belongs in your next chapter and who needs to stay in the last one. Your discernment is about to get razor sharp. Trust it. Now let me address the shadow that sometimes accompanies major victory. There's a thing that happens when you finally get what you've been fighting for: a strange emptiness, a now what feeling. Because you've been so focused on reaching the summit that you didn't think about what comes after. If that hits you, don't panic. Don't interpret it as a sign that the victory wasn't real or wasn't enough. You're not empty. You're available. There's space in you now because the longing, the striving, the constant state of wanting, it's been occupying massive amounts of your energy, and now that space is free. So ask yourself, what do I actually want to create now that I'm not spending all my energy trying to survive? That's the real gift of this breakthrough, not just what you receive, but who you get to become once you're operating from abundance instead of lack. Something just softened in your chest, didn't it? Let me tell you what the cosmos wants you to know about what this victory unlocks. This isn't a singular event, this is a gateway. One breakthrough creates momentum for the next. One door opening makes the next door easier to open. One miracle proves that miracles are possible, which raises your frequency to receive more miracles. You're not getting one win and then going back to struggle. You're entering a season where winning becomes your baseline. Not because you'll never face challenges again, but because you'll face them as someone who knows they're capable of the impossible, as someone who's already defied the odds. as someone the universe bets on, and that changes everything. I'm seeing dominoes. The first one just fell, and the cascade has begun. Watch how quickly things that felt impossible start feeling inevitable. So, as we close this transmission, here's what you need to anchor into your bones. A major victory is here, not coming, here. The frequency of it is already in your field. The energy of it is already moving. The manifestation of it is already taking form in your physical reality. Expect miracles, not as wishful thinking, as fact, as energetic law, as what happens when someone does the work, holds the faith, and finally reaches the coordinates where breakthrough occurs. You reached those coordinates. You're standing in them right now. And the explosion of grace that's about to hit you is going to rewrite your entire story. Receive it, embody it, let it be as massive as it wants to be. Your whole body just said yes again, didn't it? Comment what you're manifesting so the universe hears it out loud. You were guided to this message because you needed to hear it before it fully lands, because you needed confirmation that what you're sensing is real, because you needed permission to believe that this time, finally, irrevocably, it's your turn. This is your moment. This is your victory. This is your vindication for every time you kept going when stopping would have been easier. Stand in it, claim it, celebrate it. The impossible just became your reality. And it's only the beginning. Gratitude for receiving this transmission. The miracle is already yours. Now go live it.